To me, honestly, I was really surprised that they didn't do the Raw Women's Championship match of Charlotte versus Bayley a few months ago. I thought that, honestly, Bayley got a win over Charlotte on Monday Night Raw, and they were building up to the fact that they were going to do Charlotte versus Bayley and sort of get Bayley over and exposed to the WWE main roster. Instead, they just sort of pushed her to the background. They didn't even do a three-way between the three of them. They just went right into Charlotte versus Sasha one more time, and it sort of left Bayley as an afterthought with Charlotte and Sasha having their blow-off match after their Iron Man match. What show was that? Like, was it on? I can't even remember. They had the second Roadblock, I think is what it was. And they did the blow-off and said they weren't going to be in the same discussion for a little while. I think that everybody thinks that Charlotte, Bayley, and Sasha will be a three-way at WrestleMania. I think, honestly, that sort of, builds you into when you're trying to draw up your dream WrestleMania card. You just sort of look and see that they did the three-way at last year's WrestleMania, and it was a real big success with Sasha, Charlotte, and Becky Lynch. That, hey, just do it again and get as many girls in there as you can. I wouldn't be surprised if, because they have two different brands and they have so many girls really flying high, I just got done talking about the SmackDown Women's Division, that they do some sort of inter-promotional match. I don't want to see another, like, WrestleMania 25, Women's Battle Royal that was won by Santino. I can't even remember what Santino's girl name was. Santina, maybe? I don't remember. But I don't want to see that. But maybe not do a Survivor Series match either, because we just saw that too. But something to sort of crown one woman to sort of push up the card. You've already got the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, so maybe a Battle Royal doesn't really work. But they'll figure something out. You go back and you think about WrestleMania 26 and their mixed, or they're not their mixed, but their tag match that just had everybody hitting their finisher one after one. I thought that was a really fun match until Vicky Guerrero went up to the top rope and had her WrestleMania moment. It wasn't my favorite one. But Bayley really has gotten over the fact that, she was just a few years ago, before going into wrestling school, a real big, huge wrestling fan. If you go back to NXT with a feud with Sasha Banks, they pushed over how much Sasha and Bayley both wanted to be wrestlers more than anything. They both wrote high school, essays about their future in professional wrestling and dreaming of working in WWE, having great matches on big stages, and boom, there they were. Charlotte tried to use that against her, and to me, honestly, WWE knocked it out of the park by getting Bayley over, showing the pictures of her in San Jose, meeting John Cena, meeting Bret Hart, meeting other, real big names in the business, as well as people that she shares a locker room with now. Showing that she really wants to be here. She's not a model that John Laurinaitis picked out of a magazine and said, hire this one and teach her how to wrestle. She's somebody who really put in the work, as well as, put in the money to go to wrestling school, to really learn to deserve to be there. I don't think this is the time that Bayley is going to be winning the championship. She's going to be the champion of Raw sooner than later. I just don't think that this is the stage and the story that WWE wants to tell. So for prediction purposes, as well as gambling purposes, I'm picking Charlotte to beat Bayley and build something down the road. But I had forgotten how awesome the Raw Championship match was last year between Becky and Charlotte, where Becky came up short, but then Sasha came down and challenged Charlotte, sort of stepping out of Team Bad and saying that she deserved to be in the forefront and, put the bank statement on Charlotte and really stamped herself as a main eventer. Good shit. Looking for something again this year.